Hello, Plush Maniacs, thank you for checking in. So you all seem to really enjoy the last fake plush review, which was of the fake tail Goomba plush. And if you haven't seen that review, make sure to go check it out, and that will be linked in the description below. But we're going to be continuing our reviews, and this time we're going to be doing the fake tailed Boo plush. Now we'll kick things off right away with his eyes, which are stitched just like how a Sine plush would be. The stitching is not as neat as the Sine ones, but of course that is something you can expect with a fake plush. The teeth are made of the same felt that the Sine plushes are made with, so that's pretty impressive that they were able to achieve that, and it doesn't feel all too cheap. When looking at it, this feels like it's very sturdy, like it won't be falling off. Now, one thing that does feel a bit cheap is the mouth, and you can stick your finger a bit in there like that, but it doesn't feel as quality as a Sine one. It feels like a much cheaper material. The tongue, however, does feel like it is a Sine quality. Nothing too wrong with that. The stitching underneath the mouth could be a little better. You can see it's coming apart right there because a fake plush has no quality control. Your plush may look different than my plush, and so on and so forth. This one is, of course, ripping at the seams, so I have to be careful with that. And that's just the thing that you have to expect with a fake plush, that they mass produce these things with no quality control. So it may rip the next day, it may stay intact for 10 years. So that is just something you have to come to expect with one of these fake plushes. Now the tag right here is the traditional fake Sine tag. This is the Japanese tag that they try to rip off. They do not rip off Little Buddy's tag, because as you know, Little Buddy has the much longer tags. And this is the tag you will receive if you order a brand new Sine plush directly from Japan, because that is the tag that they use over there. Sine Co. Limited, made in China. But this is, of course, not a real plush. Now let's move back over here to the tail, which I think is the best part of the plush, which is what makes it very unique. The tail actually feels quite good. And if I remember correctly from the Goomba tail actually felt very, very nice as well, and felt sturdy, like it wasn't going to fall off. The stitching looks excellent on this tail. I feel very confident that you can use it like this. If you made a video or you're playing around with it, you could do it like this for many years and it should stay on. It feels very, very sturdy. And as you can see, I've had this plush for many years, definitely over 5 years, and has definitely stood the test of time because it has not gone all saggy like that. It stays upright, and it feels nice and sturdy, and like it will last a very long time. So the tail is obviously why you would buy a fake plush like this, because Sine Boos, which we'll get onto later with the comparisons, are obviously way better than this plush. But you would buy it for the tail, because Sine has never made a fake, or they have never made a tail Boo, just like they have never made a fake tailed Goomba. So these are the reasons why, or that is the reason why you would get this compared to anything else. Very unique plush, and this is of course from the Super Mario 3D Land game, just like the Tanuki Goomba was from Super Mario 3D Land. But I also just have to add that it's very weird how the fakers never decided to go deeper into the tail lore, because pretty much every single enemy in the Super Mario 3D Land game had a tail to it. Of course, we had Tail Bowser, we had a Tail Thwomp, we had a lot of other stuff with tails that I'm drawing a blank on right now, but you can let me know in the comments. There was a lot more enemies that had tails besides just the Goomba and the Boo, so they could have made a lot more. And speaking of the Goomba, let's go to get onto the comparisons, because there's not much to say with this guy. That it is an overall basic design. Boo is a pretty basic enemy. There's not much to... They can't really screw anything up with this. So there's that. Look very, very nice together. We already reviewed this guy already. Looks very, very nice. Very sturdy. One of the best and most creative fakes, because Sine never did this, as we already know. There's that. Nice side by side. Let's get that comparison in the tails right there. And obviously the Boo has a different color of tail because he is a ghost, and you have to give him a ghostly tail. And let's show all of the Tanukis in the same shot, just so we can see the difference in tail quality. So here is the Sine Tanuki Mario. So as you can see right here, the Sine one obviously looks like it is the highest quality tail with the best stitching and the best stuff quality. So there's that. And I also just wanted to add that this is the original release of the Tanuki Mario. For some reason, earlier this year in June, they decided to re-release this, the Kitsune Luigi and a Thwomp, which is a very odd combo. And they re-released them and nobody talked about it. I haven't purchased them because I didn't see any reason to. They are not an all-star release, they're just a re-release of the 3D Land set, which is what they did in 2021 with the Cat set and 3D World. So I didn't see any reason to buy any of those because it would just be a waste of money for the same exact plush with no changes or anything whatsoever. Now we're just going to quickly move on to Boo comparisons. This is the 2011 Sine Boo, which is the Boo that the fakers based this plush off of. Because at the time when this thing was released in 2013, 2014, this was the most recent official Boo plush on the market, so they obviously had to fake this one to create this one. So as you can see right there, the stitching and everything else just looks a lot cheaper. And the mouth, like I said earlier, is the worst part of the plush because you can see just how bad they made it look. It's actually bulging out quite a bit, as you can see from the side view. And you can see how much neater this Sine Boo looks when comparing it to this one. So the mouth is definitely the worst part. This one feels nice and soft. You can see how much the folds look way better than this one. And the tongue also, you can see that indent in the tongue looks a lot neater. And one thing that I just noticed right now is that the tongue is actually sewed down to the body right here. So it is not something that you can flap around like this Boo that is all free like this. So this does feel a lot cheaper when comparing it to this, because this one is stitched on nice and neat. The line on the tongue looks much better. And there's that. And we'll compare it to the All-Star Boo, which has the same up qualities to the design compared to this. So Sine is going to be better than any fake at any time of the day. But Sine, one thing Sine lacks is the uniqueness of what they decide to create, because they have never created any tailed enemies like this. And they usually never do any unique enemies, which is very unfortunate, and I think would bring them a lot more moolah if they decide to get a lot more creative, which they should. Hopefully the next set gets a lot more creative with the choices they decide to make. Hopefully they'll make creative enemies like this, and maybe some of the new ones from Mario Brothers Wonder, which the fake makers have been releasing new fakes almost every other day of Mario Wonder, which look very, very unique and cool. And the last comparison is, of course, Tailed Boo, because this is another very unique Boo, but this is not made by Sine. This was made by Banpresto all the way back in 2007, or 2008 as it says right here on the tag. And one thing that I just want to point out about this Boo is just how unique this guy is, because he has appeared in one level, in one game, and that's it. He appeared in the 4-4 Ghost House in New Super Mario Bros. DS, and he has not made any other appearance ever since. No references in any other games, not a trophy in Smash Bros., not a spirit in Smash Ultimate. This guy has been completely forgotten by Nintendo, but thankfully Banpresto decided to cement his legacy in plush form for all of us to enjoy, and he has become quite a rare fella now these days. We're very lucky to own this. So these are probably the two most unique Boo plushes you can get. Of course, this one is official, and this one is fake. And that about wraps up this Tailed Boo review. So we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. Let us know your thoughts on this Tailed Boo in the comments down below, and if there's any other plushes you would like to see us review in the future. Make sure to follow our Instagram for the latest plush news for all the fakes that I mentioned earlier, and for more Mario content. So we thank you all for watching. We hope you have a great day. Goodbye.